you remember back in the NES console war days when you get stuck in a video game and you try everything and eventually you'd beg your parents to let you call one of those $2.99 a minute video game help phone numbers and they never let you call them? My mom never did. Fortunately, those aren't a thing anymore because we have the internet, and specifically we have Reddit. Because I'll ask you this, who listening to this show right now hasn't had to look up how to beat a boss or solve a puzzle or whatever and then instantly found a Reddit thread with someone else asking the exact same thing? It's crazy. Any game, any console, any genre, any generation, there's probably a Reddit for that. The r/gaming subreddit alone has over 47 million members, talking trailers, game tips, spoilers, fixes, mods, you name it. Something I use it for all the time is seeing what people have to say about retro games once I finish them for the show. It's like the old playground chats we had as kids, but leveled up by about 1,000 times. Obviously, my go-to subreddit is r/remember the game. Shameless self-plug there. But I'm also a regular in the r/retro gaming, r/TMNT, r/Habs subreddits as well. Go Habs go. It's the best. Download the Reddit app and dive into r/gaming for the latest gaming updates. Download the Reddit app today. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Remember the Game. It is my retro gaming podcast where every week a buddy of mine and I sit down and we geek out about the games we played back in the day. My name is Adam Blank. Thank you so much for listening to the show. And this week it is episode 377 and we're going to the GBA and talking a series I really don't know particularly well, and that is WarioWare. And it's funny because I love Wario. He's probably my second favorite Nintendo character after Bowser. He should have been in the Mario Galaxy movie, but that's for another podcast. But even though I love the guy, I just never really play his games. You know, I like choosing him in the sports games, the Smash Brothers. I love a good fart joke, all that kind of stuff, you know. But I never really played his game. So when I was looking for something kind of quick and light to play for our podcast while I work on some of the bigger games we have coming up, I saw this on Switch Online. I fired it up on a whim, and Buddy, I got to tell you, I was hooked. If you've never played a WarioWare game, they're just these like very mini game collections. There's a big emphasis on the mini. It's a ton of these bite-sized games that you can and have to play in literal seconds. And you never know what's coming at you next. It sounds so simple. The game pops up. You've got 3 or 4 seconds to figure out what to do and do it. Rinse and repeat, and it's addictive as fuck. It's some really weird characters keep you kind of going from collection to collection, level to level, area to area. And all you really need to do, at least in this one, is just beat a certain number of these mini games before you fail 4 times. That's like your four strikes and you're out. So, you know, you finish like 14 mini games without failing 4 times, then you get to have a boss fight, which is like a bigger mini game, and it's just rinse and repeat for the most part. And it's really, really basic. Frankly, I don't think it should be as good as it is with how basic of game it is, but the presentation does a lot for it. And while there were a few dud mini games in it, most of them were just fucking awesome. Like I never expected a game this good when I fired this up a few weeks ago. So I'm really excited to cover this one this week. One of the Three Stooges / power hungry mods of our Discord, my childhood chum Stupid Mnky, is my guest this week. Neither of us had a ton of experience with this game going in, and both of us walked away pretty fucking impressed with old Wario and his crew of misfits and their assortment of mini games. I will / have to play more of these in the future. Damn it, I will do it. And I hope our rambling today convinces you to do the same. And we're going to get into all that in just a minute, because speaking of rambling, it is time for another edition of the Remember the Game infamous intro. Dun, 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 dun! And if you're new to the podcast, welcome aboard. Consider this your warning. Listen, our intros are a little long. They're not that long. They're a little long, but they're fun. And the 100% creepy disco dancer free. There are no creepy disco dancers in here. Maybe Stupid Mnky in his heyday, but none of them anymore. So fuck that guy. Jimmy or whatever his name is. Guy's so fucking weird. If you want to skip the intro, if you just want game chat, try to keep you from leaving me a bad review and pissing and whining that the intro is so long, go to about the 30-minute mark. You'll be in game talk. and enjoy it. Or listen to the whole thing because we talk video games and stuff. It's a good time. That's what I recommend. Otherwise, go to 30 minutes. You'll be into WarioWare talk. Quickly indulge me. Let me get my plugs out of the way. It's how we keep the bills on around here. I've got a Patreon. It's pretty much the greatest deal in the history of the internet. We publish up to 4 additional shows every week. So there's a show on there Monday through Friday. None of them have any ads in them. And you can start listening for as little as $3 a month. And not only do you get those extra shows, but you can write into the podcast. You can vote on the games we cover. You can join our massive 1,500 plus member Discord. You'll get instant access to hundreds upon hundreds of archive bonus podcasts you can start listening to right away. You'll also get Remember the Game, all 377 episodes ad-free with timestamps. And I do Twitch streams. Or no, pardon me, not Twitch. They're not on Twitch. YouTube streams. Patreon exclusive YouTube streams Monday through Friday as well. So you can come by and stare at those if you prefer to do that too. I think that's most of your perks. Oh yeah, and most importantly, you get a shout out and get to hear me mispronounce your name like I'm going to do to one of these people, I think. A huge thank you to our newest Patreons, Shadow Braxton, Nicholas, Clint Hoover, and Ben Deniga. I hope I said that one. That was the one I was... Deniga? Thank you all so much for the support and welcome to Remember the Game Industries. You can find all that at patreon.com/rememberthegame. Like I said, subscriptions start for as little as $3 a month. There's some free episodes over there for you to see how it works. You sign up for a full year, we'll give you the 12th month on the house, and we donate some of that income to charity at the end of every year because, damn it, I can't speak for anybody else, but I feel guilty about how little I actually contribute to society. So the donation makes me feel a little bit better about myself. There you go. I'm done blowing myself. Let's blow some of you by blowing in some cartridges. It is our opening segment here on the show. I read a few comments and questions from our Patreons, usually gaming related, but not always. And we call this segment Blowing in the Cartridge.
He blows all right. He blows big time.
That's it, honey. Get into the spirit.
Let's blow. Our first blower this week is Jiggy Wampus, who says, Dear Mr. Blank, is there a video game you would recommend so strongly that you'd be willing to personally offer a money-back guarantee to reimburse someone if they didn't like your recommendation? For the sake of the hypothetical, assume whoever you recommend it to enjoys playing video games. Okay, I have to throw a disclaimer out there in the world of 2026 and legal mumbo-jumbo and people suing me and everything, that whatever game it is I name here, you are not getting a money-back guarantee. You'd be offering to reimburse your money if you buy the game and decide not to hate it. But what's the closest game to just like a grand slam that anybody that likes games would like these days? Like, it doesn't matter what I say, someone is going to leave a comment or write in and be like, not me, but my thought has always been Tetris, because I truly think it's like the most perfect video game ever, and I just think that anybody can pick it up, anybody can learn how to play it in seconds, right? Like, I mean, Call of Duty's not for everybody. None of the sports games are for everybody. Minecraft is... I don't think Minecraft is for everybody. I mean, so you said to assume they like... If I'm assuming they like video games, then I'm either going to go... I'm going to go with either Super Mario World, because I genuinely think anybody can just pick that game up and have fun, or Tetris. For the sake of only having one, so I'm not the hypothetical sitting on the fence guy, I'm going to say Tetris. Like, if you like video games, I can't imagine not at least getting some enjoyment out of playing Tetris. That's why I think it's the perfect video game. And if you think that that's a lame answer, then I'm going to go with Super Mario World. Because you don't have to like Mario or love platformers, but like, I can't be convinced you can't pick that up and have some fun with it. Super Mario World. It's the fucking greatest of all time. So that's Super Mario World. I know I keep going back and forth when I said I would. Super Mario World. Jerk Store. That's the line. Super Mario World. That's the line. But you do not get a money-back guarantee if you play it and don't like it. We do not offer money-back guarantees at Remember the Game Industries. The Good Old Days says, I've always wanted to get others' opinions on a struggle that I'm having more recently with video games. I noticed this more with The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. As someone who's in their early 40s, I find a lot of side missions boring, as the reward for investing the time to do them is an item you already have and it's not worth the effort. Do you have the same struggle to want to complete the side missions in the Zelda games as you know the reward is going to be worthless? I'm happy to do a side mission if the item is going to be unique and make my character a little better. I don't know if I'm becoming lazy or if they're filling opening worlds with meaningless fluff. No, I get that. For me, Good Old Days, because I do agree. And Zelda's not the only one that's like this. I do agree there are games out there where you take on side missions, or especially when you're doing them like later in the game, and then you're just getting shit you already have or shit that's underpowered to what you are, or maybe you're getting money when you've already got so much money that it doesn't matter. To me, when it comes to side missions, particularly in open world games, the reward is almost secondary most of the time. It's either got to be that it's really fun, which I will give The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Most, not all, but most of those shrines were pretty fun. Like, I like the puzzle ones in particular because I love puzzle games. So, like, if I have a good time going through the side mission or the temple or the shrine or whatever the fuck, I don't particularly care if the reward was good because I'm like, it was about the journey, you know, and I had fun doing it. Or it needs to have a good story, which I think games, particularly like Witcher 3, Cyberpunk 2077, both from CD Projekt Red, of course, like the writing is so good that I'm like, I don't even care. Like, dude, Cyberpunk, in the files I've played on Cyberpunk, you get so powerful that the weapons you get, I'm like, I'm just going to scrap them, like break them down into parts or sell them anyways. But I'm so invested in like whatever the side quest is going on or whatever story they're setting up or the characters I'm meeting, that it's not about the item I'm getting at the end. I just want to see how the story plays out. Because I agree with you. There's a lot of games where, like, especially in the second half of the game, I don't have any interest in doing it for the actual rewards. It's got to be interesting, in either because it's fun or because it's telling a story, or I just don't want to play it. And dude, I can't even tell you how many open world games I've started, and I have the intention of doing everything, and then as I get into the second half, I'm like, all right, I just want to get this done. You know, like yeah. So that's where I am on it. I it's not just you, good old days. I feel you. And with how many games there are now. Buddy, like, especially this week with all the game showcases last week, I just recorded a 2-hour, 10-minute episode of Game Patch that went live a few hours ago, breaking down all the game showcases from this last week. There's so much to play right now that I'm like, if you're not either fun or holding my attention, you're fucking done, buddy, because I got 300 other games lined up behind you waiting for your spot. Professor Mnky for Ahead says, McDonald's, Domino's, and even Pepsi have all gotten video games. Which restaurant or retailer would you turn into a game? What kind of genre would it be, and for which console? I'd turn IKEA into a Lemming-style game for the SNES. It feels like that already. That's a good answer. As soon as I saw this, you know what I thought, Professor Mnky for Ahead? I want Colonel Sanders, the game, and I want it to be a platformer, and I want your health bar to represent the stamina of a fairly obese old Southern gentleman who's eaten fried chicken all of his life. And so you need to make the jumps and get over the enemies and climb the ladders and stuff and get to the end of the levels before the timer runs out. But the timer is your heart. And as you're eating chicken and stuff, it's ironically, as you eat the chicken, it gives you energy. So it gets you moving faster, but also drains your health more. Because every time you eat KFC, I think you knock about 72 hours off of your life expectancy. So I want Colonel Sanders, the game. And it's just about a fat old man trying not to have a heart attack. Well, he has to collect his 11 herbs and spices. That's what it is. Popeyes has stolen the 11 herbs and spices, and it's up to the Colonel to get them back. There's your go. Colonel Sanders, the game, 2027. Be fucking sick. Andrew Wright says, Adam, what is your favorite animal companion in a video game? It doesn't have to be with your character the whole time. Mine would be the dog in Resident Evil 4. I do love that dog. Mine is also a dog, but I bet you most of you listening can probably already predict it. It's Rush. Who I guess isn't a dog. He's a robot, but he's a robot dog. It's Rush, and it's not even close. I actually have a Rush tattoo on my right arm that I'm looking at right now with my old, my beloved first CEO of Remember the Game, Molly's face in place of Rush's face. Rush will always be the best boy. Will always be my favorite animal in any video game. Honorable mention, though, to the, I can't remember its name. That's why it's honorable mention, I guess, and not the winner. Honorable mention to the horse from Shadow of the Colossus. That horse is loyal as fuck. And that horse suffers. But, oh God, I'm not trying to spoil Shadow of the Colossus. Jeez. That's brutal. But shout out to the horse from Shadow of the Colossus. Honorable mention. Rush is number one forever. I'll also give honorable mentions to Dog Meat in Fallout, because Dog Meat's fucking awesome. What other animals don't suck in video games? I mean, I love all animals. And I don't want to hear Yoshi. Yoshi doesn't count. Yoshi sucks. No, that's good. I don't know. I can't think of it. I'll go with that. You know what? I'll go with Red 13 too. I don't know if he's considered an animal companion, But Red 13 is pretty badass. But it's Rush. And it's not even close. It's Rush all day. AJL 2019 FTW. Fuck's a long name. Good day, Captain Blank. What game franchise would you like to give the beat 'em up / action RPG gameplay of Marvel Ultimate Alliance? My friend suggested Mortal Kombat, and while I value his opinions, he puts ketchup on his toast, so take his opinions with half a liter of soy sauce. I personally would like to see either Smash Brothers or Pokemon take this approach. Keep up the great work and I'm not sure what you were typing there, AJL. I even went back to the Patreon page to make sure I didn't copy your comment incorrectly. But that is literally what you typed. Keep up the great work and space period. I assume you were going to say, I'm very good looking. And you're so good looking, but I don't know. What game would I give the Marvel Ultimate Alliance treatment? Right away, Ninja Turtles. And for the record, if you didn't see it yet, look it up. We got a teaser trailer for the last Ronin video game at Summer Game Fest. Fuck yeah, buddy, it's actually happening, and I'm so excited, and I hope it's the AAA Ninja Turtles game that we've all been waiting for so goddamn long, because for some reason, nobody can make a AAA Ninja Turtles video game, and I don't get why. Just give me an Arkham City-style Turtles game, rocket socket. It'd be fucking incredible. But I will say, outside of that, then the second biggest genre I'd like to see the Ninja Turtles plug into is that action RPG Marvel Ultimate Alliance thing. And you know what I would even do? I would have I don't know who the villain would be, maybe Krang, like maybe Dimension X or something. But I would have them join forces with the Foot Clan. So you can choose from like the Four Turtles, Shredder, Splinter, Casey, April, and then like I've always listen, like I'm not trying to be sexist, like I've always hated that they make April, like I don't mind that April's playable, but it's also like, especially Leela Shredder's Revenge, it's like April wasn't a fighter in that era of Ninja Turtles, but then she's just like this badass, but you gotta have her. So add April, and then add in like, let you play as like Shredder, Bebop, Rocksteady, Slash, throw in the Rat King, throw in Leatherhead, like let you just play as a foot soldier maybe, or something like that would be fucking insane. You could add so much DLC to that. It'd be wild. That would be my pick. Not even close. Ninja Turtles Ultimate Alliance. Oh my God. That would be so fucking, like, I almost, not quite, but I almost want that more than a AAA Arkham City style Turtles game. Not quite. I want that last Ronin Arkham City game more. But I think a Ninja Turtles game in that light would be fucking insane. So I'll go Ninja Turtles. I would hear an argument for Ghostbusters too. But I don't know who you really have as playable characters outside of the four, Janine, Slimer, and Lewis. Yeah. So I'll just go Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles is the pick. Seinfeld. No, Ninja Turtles is the pick. Ninja Turtles. Dildo on a hook shot says, dude, with all these games coming out, how are you going to find time to tackle them all? I'm sitting on the fence deciding which console to get because I want to play everything after seeing what's coming out. But Wolverine might be the deciding factor. Or Until Dawn 2. Well, Dildo, admittedly, maybe I read your comment just so I could say, well, Dildo. I did break down all these showcases, like I said, on my other show today, and I came up with a loose list of all the games I intended to try to tackle this fall. So for those wondering, if a game's not on this list, it's going to take something pretty special to find its way onto my list. Keep in mind that I also need to keep playing retro games like every week to get ready for an episode of the show, which is why we've been missing so many episodes lately, because I just haven't been able to keep up with games. Where are we here? Okay, so for the rest of this year, I'm playing Saros right now. Almost done it. I'm playing Mina the Hollower right now. I'm on holidays next week. That's going to be the game I take with me on the plane. I got 007 First Light waiting for me in the chamber. So those three are going to be done. Because for me, the shit doesn't really hit the fan until the end of August. So I basically have, today's the 10th? So July 10th, August. I basically have 2.5 months to finish off the games I want before shit hits the fan in the fall, and I'm just scrambling to keep my head above water. So Saros, Mina the Hollower, and 007 First Light, gonna get those done, gonna get reviews up for those ones. On June 18th, The Adventures of Elliot comes out. I think that, I'm not 100% sure I'm gonna play that game, but I am interested in it. I think it looks cool. And then July 28th, we got Halo Campaign Evolved. 100% I'm playing that thing. Can't fucking wait for that. August 6th is that Marvel Token Fighting Souls game. I suck at fighting games, and I will let you all know we are planning a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 episode later this summer, so my focus for fighting is going to be Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but I am intrigued by that Marvel Token. I just think, like, adding Carnage really got my attention. I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to play it. I suck at fighting games. I really don't have time to like get good at them, get good as the kids say, but I do think it looks cool. But then August 27th is when shit hits the fan, okay? August 27th, Star Wars Zero Company, Star Wars XCOM, day one, playing it, can't wait. 3 weeks later, Wolverine on September 15th. Day one, playing it, can't wait. 2 days after that, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I hate to say it, but I think that one's going to get bumped because I just don't think I'm going to have time for an 80-hour Fire Emblem. A week after that, Silent Hill Townfall. Hoping to get to that. It's going to depend if I'm done Star Wars and Wolverine by then, though. A week after that, Rayman Legends Retold. 100% playing that. Love Rayman Legends. Love that. It fucking looks like a sick platformer. 1 week after that, Gears of War E-Day. My most anticipated game of the year. Have to fucking play that. No way I'm skipping that one. Same day, Star Wars Galactic Racer, which looks fucking awesome. How the fuck? I'm going to try to squeeze that in. 1 week after that, Castlevania Belmont's Curse, which looks insane, and I really want to play that. It's insane. Probably skipping Call of Duty just because there's going to be too many other games to play right now as it is. A month after that, assuming it doesn't get delayed, and I don't think it does, Grand Theft Auto 6, which I have to play because everybody is going to play that. Plus, somewhere in there is going to be Ocarina of Time Remake. I don't even know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Dildo on a hook shot. I don't like, it's just, I fucking don't know. The simple fact is I'm not going to be able to play everything. It's just not going to happen. And I think a lot of you are probably in the same boat. It's fucking, I've never seen a year. Like, listen, I'm a very fair weather Grand Theft Auto fan. I've become more of a Grand Theft Auto fan since I started to remember the game. This maybe should have been the letter because I'm giving a pretty long answer to this one, but I'm more of a Grand Theft Auto fan now that I've played San Andreas 4 and 5. I am looking forward to playing 6, like I know so many other people are. I don't think it's at all an exaggeration to say Grand Theft Auto 6 is gearing up to be like the biggest video game of all time. And you can get mad and be like, I don't care about Grand Theft Auto 6, which always comes up when we talk about this. But like a lot of people do. It is probably the biggest launch in video game history. So all these game developers need to get their games out prior to November 19th, assuming Grand Theft Auto hits that date. Because if you try to launch your game anywhere near that one, you're dead in the fucking water. And with COD being October 23rd, you probably want to get your game out before that one drops as well. So now we're just seeing this insane scramble of all these developers where you basically have two choices. Launch your game between August and October 23rd or bump it into February. And now February 2027 is filling up with, because now everyone's pushing their games back to there. Fable's going to be there. There's a couple of other games that have already been out. Like it's I've never seen anything like it. Like it's so wild that there's one game that is so big. It's just like a giant that everybody else has to scramble to get out of the way of. But they do have to scramble to get out of the way of it. And the problem is they're all going to drop this fall and they're all going to cannibalize each other's sales. And a couple of them are going to fly and a lot of them are going to sink. And we're all going to be stuck sitting here being like, what do I play? How do I get to everything? It's impossible. So I'm telling you, rather than buy like a dozen games this fall and then let yourself get stressed out that you spent so much money on these games that you didn't finish, just pick the 3 or 4 that matter the most. Pick the ones you can afford, play those, and then worry about the rest later, okay? That's what I'm going to try to do. I don't think it's going to work, dildo, but that's what I'm going to try to do. My God, what a year for games. Holy fuck. And then finally, before we move on, it's letter time. It's letter time. That probably should have been the letter time letter, but I didn't expect my answer to be as long as it was there. Ren 10 the Savage says, Uncle Blanky, I hope all is going well. I was curious what your thoughts are about Gen Z getting more involved in retro gaming. I feel a big part of it is the success of indie games and the inspiration from the NES, SNES era that I've seen increasingly bring younger generations towards older titles. I myself grew up around the PS2 and Xbox 360 era, and I find so many great games from the PS1 and back. Also, thank you for all the Mega Man episodes, as I've recently got the Legacy Collection, and I'm really enjoying it. I look forward to playing more classics like the Castlevania games, the 2D Zeldas, and so much more. I gotta tell you, man. So the comment that probably means the most to me from a listener of this show is when somebody's like, hey, you helped me through a hard time or whatever the fuck, or I help you through like your job every day or whatever, like that. Because I have had hard times and I've had jobs that have sucked all the ass. And I understand what it's like to have something to lean on to get you through that. Whenever someone says that to me, I'm very grateful and I appreciate that. Or if I inspire to start a show, I appreciate that. But I don't talk, and I'm sorry to circle this around on myself, but I have a point here. One other comment I get a lot that really, really warms my heart is when somebody was like, I've really gotten into retro gaming, even if it's just a franchise. Like so many people have told me I've turned them on to Mega Man. or I've just turned them on, like onto Mega Man or onto whatever the fuck. When somebody reaches out to me and they're like, hey man, like you've really introduced me to a lot of games that I missed. I'm a younger person. I'm going back and like makes me, I don't know. This is such a stupid comparison, right? But like I'm 42 years old. I don't have children. I've never really done anything as far as history goes. I've never served my country. In the footprint of time, I don't really have much of an indent in that footprint. But to know that like there's nothing on this planet that I'm more passionate about than video games, and to know that like I can take my almost 40 years of playing video games and share it with someone younger than me and have them be like, oh man, I discovered these new games because of your stories. Like I think back to when I was 10 and I was playing Super Nintendo, or, when I was 6 or 7 years old and I was yelling at Ninja Turtles on the NES, and now I'm sharing those stories with the new generation and they're like, man, I'm discovering these games aren't being forgotten. I love it. And it doesn't have to be necessarily because of my show. I mean, in general, I love hearing that younger people are playing the old games and just, in the loosest of terms and air quotes, respecting their heritage of video games. But when I know that it's from listening to the show, it just, it makes me, it warms my heart. It warms my heart. So I love it. If you're listening to this and you're a younger gamer, like I've never played Atari. Like Atari, like everything prior to the NES is like that's before my time. And I do keep intending to go back and try some of those. Show some respect to the heritage of these video games. I don't know when I'll ever find time to do it now. But if you're listening to this and you maybe fire up NES Online on your Switch, or you fucking go into PS Plus and download some old games, or you're emulating, whatever it is you want to do, and you're playing some old games and just seeing where the game you love now came from, right? Like, I know last week on the Halo episode, we talked about how they revolutionized the twin stick, and some people wrote in with other games. If I worded it incorrectly, I apologize. Sure, there are other games that did twin stick before Halo, but I refuse to believe that any of them had the impact on it that Halo did. I can't be convinced of that. I can't. You can argue with me all you want, but you'll never convince me of that. So like when someone's playing a modern Call of Duty and then they go back and play Halo 1 or Halo 2 and they're like, oh man, wow, this is wild. That's awesome. You're playing fucking Astrobot right now and you go back and play Mario 64 and you see where that came from. Like that kind of stuff. I love it. I fucking love that shit. I love it. So keep it up, young people. You're not all useless, right? I'm a millennial. People tell me I'm fucking useless too, but I'll show them. I'll fucking sit in my house and play video games all day. That'll fucking learn them. We got to keep the ball rolling. Thank you, everybody that wrote into the show. Let's get to our Smash Hit segment, the official game show. I remember the game industries. Play one, remake one, erase one. And a huge thank you to Classic Concentration from the NES for unknowingly providing us with the theme music for the show. The rules are simple. Every week I give our patrons 3 retro video games. They can play one as it was released, remake one as a modern game, and the third is erased from time forever. As always, there are no wrong answers, but there's a right one. We'll get to that in just a minute. This week we're talking WarioWare, so I went with 3 Wario games. We got Wario Land Shake It for the Wii, Wario Land Super Mario Land 3 for the Game Boy, and Wario World for the GameCube. And this was a landslide, 41%. Said they play Wario World, remake Wario Land Super Mario Land 3, and erase Wario Land Shake It. So let's see what a few of you had to say here, and then I'll tell you what the right answer was. Andrew Pritchett says, I'll play Wario World. Who knows? Maybe it's a GameCube hidden gem. I'll remake Wario Land Super Mario Land 3 because I got that game for my 12th birthday, and I think it deserves a glow-up. Let's erase that Wario Land Shake It. It's a Wii game, and I don't like that title. I love it. I respect that logic. Something about that title really bothers me. Not to mention that it's a Wii game. I respect that logic very much. Duffman's Bulge says, play Wario Land Shake It because it seems like a decent 2D platformer. Remake Wario World because with modern graphics and a Mario Odyssey feel to it, Wario could finally get the respect he deserves. Erase Wario Land Super Mario Land 3 because it's in black and white and I ain't got time for that. That one irritates me as a born and raised Game Boy player. I get it, but that one still bothers me. But I hate motion controls, and to some people, that's their Game Boy. So I get it, but I'm still upset with you, Duffman's Bulge. I'll have it out with you later. Vic to the Face says, play Wario Land Shake It because it's actually already great. Remake Wario Land Super Mario Land 3 because I've never played it, but I assume as the oldest title, it could use an update. It could. And erase Wario World because I played it for the first time on Switch Online a couple weeks ago, and I genuinely think it is a pile of shit. I've always wanted to play it. Is it bad? I thought people liked Wario World. Is it? I've always wanted to play Wario World. That hurts my heart a little bit. Savage Boosh says, play Super Mario Land 3. It's Wario's debut as a playable character. Got to give it some love. Remake Wario World. The game is rare and expensive to play on original hardware. A remake would make it more accessible without needing a subscription. Erase Shake It. The cover art looks like Wario's beating his meat. Hopefully, reading this game from history will erase that image from mind. You guys have some good logic this week. It's hard for me to argue with any of you. SNES Life says, play Shake It. The Wario party games are always a good time. Remake Super Mario Land 3 using modern visuals. This will still stand up as a fun platformer. Erase World. It's the weakest of the standard Wario game entries. I'll take your word for it. I'm going with the majority this week. 41% of you got it right. It's probably the biggest amount of you that's ever gotten it right at once. As did Erotic Onion Ring, who said, play Wario World, a crispy and salty platformer that's truly a unique, underrated gem. Remake Wario Land with some colorful 2D HD graphics and we're golden. Excuse me. Erase Wario Shake It because it was on the Wii. Soggy Rings. I always hate the name Erotic Onion Ring because I think of The Simpsons when Homer gives Marge the onion ring as a wedding ring, and then she's like, the grease is burning my finger. And an erotic onion... I'm going the same order. Similar reasoning. I'm going to play Wario World because I have not. And despite it apparently being a big pile of shit, I would like to try it and find out for myself. I'd like to remake Wario Land because it is his origin story. And I agree with the 2D HD idea. I think that sounds fucking awesome. Just expand it to the wall. Go big or go home with Wario's debut. And I'm erasing WarioWare Shake It or Wario whatever Shake It, Wario Land Shake It because I just don't care for the Wii. I don't care for the Wii. And that'll be it. Thank you, everybody that wrote in as always. What have I been playing? And then we are into WarioWare. This will be fast. I've been playing Saros. I still don't know if it's Saros or Saros, but I'm in Act 3. I'm hoping to be done in the next couple of days because I want to review it next week. An expansion pass. I'm playing a little bit of Mina the Hollower. I do love it, but I've kind of shelved it till I'm done Saros. I'm taking that one on my plane next week. That's my vacation game. And then I've been playing Luigi's Mansion 2 on the 3DS, which will be the next episode of Remember the Game 2 weeks from now. And it's pretty good. I'll save most of my thoughts for the episode, but it's pretty good. That's really all I've been playing. Quick and painless. All right. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to play a retro video game ad for you. I'm going to let a sponsor in to peddle themselves. And when we get back, WarioWare till the end of the episode. Okay. Remember the Game will return after these messages.
You're getting very greedy. You are me, Wario. You're very handsome. You have amazing powers. Plunder and pillage pirates' treasure. Bag up 1,000,000,000 coins. Buying me a castle bigger than Mario's. Repeat after me. I'm the bad guy in Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3, where being bad is good and greed is good. Come and get it on Game Boy, greedy.
Do you remember back in the NES console war days when you get stuck in a video game and you try everything and eventually you'd beg your parents to let you call one of those $2.99 a minute video game help phone numbers and they never let you call them? My mom never did. Fortunately, those aren't a thing anymore because we have the internet, and specifically we have Reddit. Because I'll ask you this, who listening to this show right now hasn't had to look up how to beat a boss or solve a puzzle or whatever and then instantly found a Reddit thread with someone else asking the exact same thing? It's crazy. Any game, any console, any genre, any generation, there's probably a Reddit for that. The r/gaming subreddit alone has over 47 million members, talking trailers, game tips, spoilers, fixes, mods, you name it. Something I use it for all the time is seeing what people have to say about retro games once I finish them for the show. It's like the old playground chats we had as kids, but leveled up by about 1,000 times. Obviously, my go-to subreddit is r/remember the game. Shameless self-plug there. But I'm also a regular in the r/retro gaming, r/TMNT, r/Habs subreddits as well. Go Habs go. It's the best. Download the Reddit app and dive into r/gaming for the latest gaming updates. Download the Reddit app today. All right, let's talk some WarioWare. As always, I like to let you nerds sound off on the game we're covering before my guest and I hog the microphone. So let's get into some of your comments. Dr. Wario seems like a fitting place to start this week. Says, WarioWare Inc. Mega. What a great little collection of Flash games. Kill some time. I had a blast playing these on the bus on my way, I assume, to and from work. GBA was an awesome little system, and this game was perfect on a handheld. Wario rules. You know what? I've said many times I didn't play a lot of GBA, but this would have been such a perfect GBA game, especially on the clamshell. Like close it and oh, buddy, like this would have probably been the ace of my rotation. This would have been as at home as it gets on the GBA. Horace Earl says, "What's up, Blank? Crazy you picked this one as I had just wrapped this up on Nintendo Online. I always enjoyed the WarioWare games, and it was nice to see where the Microgames really kicked off. Very quick playthrough, but it was fun to swerve in traffic and jump over hot dog cars and various platforms. 7.5 out of 10 for me." When you said fun to swerve in traffic, I really read it as you were playing it in traffic. Like I'm an idiot. That's how it came across to me. Philly East Side said, "Oh, motherfucking we, this game. I had played Wario Land 4 on my GBA and saw that this game was coming out. I had read in a GameCube news magazine called Cube. The shop had to order it in for me as there was zero demand, but the woman who ran it was really nice." I never heard of that magazine, Cube. "I had read in a GameCube magazine about it and thought it sounded cool. I saved up my pocket money and bought it a couple weeks after it came out. Boy, did I play the dicks off of this game. Every car journey I had this go, and my sister and I used to play the versus games, and there were serious fights of each of us claiming the other was pulling the GBA toward them to throw the other person off. Always loved the Nintendo-themed games, and of course, Dr. Krygor's level where he shits so bad he gets ejected from the base. But fuck that alien guy. His games can suck a fart out of my arse." That's the Philly we fucking know and love. Right there. That's the Philly. I also enjoyed the poop level. I'm a sucker for a poop joke. What can I say? I referenced that in the episode, I think. Milko Baggins says, "Such a fun and unique style to this game. I'm of two minds. The microgames are so short and sweet that they're perfect as is and almost meditative. But also I feel like I would personally enjoy this more with a modern leaderboard / achievement system." I haven't played any of the modern ones, so I wonder if they have that. It feels like it's inevitable. If they don't, one's going to come out with them. Because I agree, leaderboard in particular would make. I'd never get good enough. You ever play a game where there's leaderboards and then you see the scores and you're like, you're clearly cheating. Like there's no fucking way. People have to cheat. Is it really an accomplishment to cheat to be on top of a leaderboard with like 300 times the score of anybody else? You fucking weirdos. I don't get it. The $100 Kid Ted Michaels says, "I always thought Wario games are insanely underrated. Smooth Moves for the Wii is legitimately a top 5 game on the system with the Galaxies and Wii Sports. Never got around to playing this one, but this upcoming review may just sway me to give it a rip." I mean, to be fair, it's not hard to be a top 5 game on the Wii. I'm not going to pile on the Wii. Let's get into it. WarioWare, that's why you're here. I went a little longer than I wanted to, but I don't care. It's my day. I can do it. It's my show. If I want to talk, I'll fucking talk. All right, let's get into it. That's why you're here. I'll cue up some WarioWare music. Easy for me to say. And when it stops, Stupid Mnky and I are going to take you back to May 26th of 2003 and talk WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games for the GBA. Enjoy the episode, everybody. Let's go. All right, joining me via the blank phone on this, what morning is it? Thursday morning, to talk a little WarioWare is, I don't want to call you because I want to be Wario, and I don't want to call you the Waluigi. You'll be, you know what? It's Stupid Mnky, one of our power-hungry Discord mods, so you can be the Donkey Kong to my Wario. That works.
I can accept that.
I don't feel either of us pulls Waluigi and his charm off.
No,
so,
I am
I want
totally
Wario.
new, but that's about the best I got.
Yeah, neither of us. Like, Waluigi's got game, and you and I do not. So, joining me via blank phone to talk WarioWare is the Donkey Kong to my Wario, Stupid Mnky. Buddy, how good morning, and how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, buddy. How about you?
Good. You're the only guest I do morning episodes with. So it's, I like morning. Trust me, if it was up to me, here's the problem, okay? Most of my friends have like, a 9 to 5s, the stereotypical. So it's like, I have to record in the evening, and I would much rather do these in the morning. So that's why I like you, because I don't even know when you sleep, but you're awake in the morning. So it works.
Yeah, typically I sleep from about noon to 6.
I was going to say, you just don't ever, you never seem to sleep. Anytime I text, you're awake. It never fails. So I presume that you're always awake playing WarioWare. Always. Just at any given time. Buddy, so I've never, you and I were just talking about this off air. I played like a demo of one of these once, I think, and I thought it was cool. I knew it was like a mini game collection, but I never really just sat down and played one. And it was literally 3 or 4 days ago, and I was trying to figure out the episodes for June, and I was going through my Switch Online looking for something that I thought I could beat really quick. And I saw this in the GBA library, and I was like, I wonder if there's enough meat on the bone for an episode about this. And you, as we just said, as you said off air, this is not the meatiest bone in the chicken wing basket. But I played it for like 20 minutes, and I was like, this is fucking sick. And I text you, and you were like, fuck yeah. And we were both able to beat it in like 3 days. And I consider myself fairly knowledgeable when it comes to the world of Nintendo and Nintendo games, but this was a blind spot on my radar that won't be blind any longer. I got to play more of these. This is a really fun game, buddy.
It really is. It's a lot of fun.
And especially considering like this was a handheld, like this was a GBA game. I didn't play a lot of GBA back in the day, but if this had been like your game to have on like a road trip, I outside of Pokemon, I don't know if I can think of a better like handheld game than WarioWare.
This is perfect. It's also really good if you have a short attention span.
No kidding. No kidding. Yeah. And I think that's why, because I beat it in like 2 sittings, which I very rarely do with games, because after like an hour, it takes a special game to get my fucking ADD riddled brain to like focus in on it for more than an hour at a time. That's when I was hopping from one game to another. But that's the great thing about this game is like every 5 seconds, it's a new game. Literally every 5 seconds. It's perfect. Yep. And frankly, I could see these games contributing to the ADD problem society has these days. Where are you? Like, because you mentioned that you'd played another one of these. You know which one it was?
No, I was trying to look at them. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe the GameCube one. I think there was a GameCube one.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I really can't remember.
I had no idea.
I know it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't Twisted or the Touched or whatever the DS one was. I don't think.
Okay.
But
I
really
had no
don't
idea.
remember.
There's like 9 of these now or something.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, and it's funny because there's a big part of me, despite the fact that I've only ever played Wario Land. Like, I mean, I guess the first one, like Super Mario Land 3, Wario Land, and then whatever one Bradley and I did, I think it was Wario Land 4, is the only one I've never played Wario World or the other Wario ones. And there's still a part of me, despite not knowing a lot about platforming with Wario, that's like, I would see these and I was like, come on, like Wario's such a rad character. Why are we throwing him into stupid mini game compilations? But now that I've played this, I stand corrected. I don't even know if I need him in platformers anymore. I just want them to keep making these.
Yeah, this was the origin of like the biker Wario, like where he's got the helmet and the vest and all that on the big bike that eats.
Yeah, that blew my mind because like I admittedly everybody now knows like Smash Brothers Wario, where he's really gassy and on his motorcycle, and like it feels like other than when he's in sports games, it feels like he's never just in his classic like yellow outfit anymore. He's always dressed up like this biker dude. And I've always kind of wondered that, like, since when did we make Wario this biker? And I was playing it. And I thought that to myself. I was like, is this the first time? And it must be.
I'm 90% sure like this game didn't start out as Wario. Like it was just its own unique thing. And then Nintendo said, well, let's try to get this. What can we do? And so they, took out whatever the original guy's head was, stuck Wario's in there, changed a few things around. So
I mean, like,
but I mean, it worked.
Yeah, it does work. Like, okay, so like, here's the thing, right? Like, if the game works, it's a lot of fun. If you've not played it, it's just a collection of mini games. We're going to talk about that. I shouldn't say that dismissively. It's like a really fun collection of mini games. There is a little bit of a story, about as deep a story as you'd get in a Mario game to it.
Yeah.
But like the mini games are fun, and that's cool. And Wario's funny, and it's definitely got the humor and all that kind of stuff. It's still, I want to know what somebody was smoking when they came up with this, though, because it's like why
some of those micro games, yeah,
buddy. Some of these mini games are insane. Not only the mini games, but like the character. Like, I don't know what the story to this game is. I think it's Wario wants to get rich by making video games or something. I think
basically, yeah. The game starts off. He sees a commercial. It's like, hey, there's this new video game that's gonna make all the money, and he's like, "Oh, I could do that," and he literally goes out, buys a computer. It's like, I have no idea how to do this. I'm just gonna make my friends make games. Which first time I knew he had friends.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, like they really humanize him here. Like he's got friends, and he's still after the money at the end of the day.
Yeah, he takes all the money, and they're all like, "What the fuck? You we helped."
Yeah, and he just becomes this like, classic Wario at the end of the day. I get the idea that they were like, "Hey, let's make a big mini game compilation." And I get the idea that they were like, "Hey, we need to do something else with Wario." But I just, in a million years, I never would have thought to put the two of them together. And I still think this game works without, like, if you just release this game without Wario, if you just called it, like, it's called WarioWare Inc. Mini Game Mania, right? If you had just called it Mini Game Mania, it still would have worked. Like, the story doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
But there's something about putting this fucking chubby, greasy, I don't know if he's fully an anti-hero at this point, but like Wario in here, that just gives it this, like, I don't know what it is. It's just it's like lighting a flaming Moe on fire. Like Wario makes it good. There's something about it that just makes it so much more fun. And I have no idea who any of these other characters are that they introduce, but I have to say the disco dancing Afro guy, Jimmy, creeps me out for some reason.
Yes.
That's not just me.
No. And the fact that you have to, like, if you do the quote unquote story mode, you have to go against him 3 times.
Yeah.
And you have to see his little dance thing. Yeah, no, he's creepy.
Yeah, right. And like the rest of the characters were like kind of cool. There's like the taxi driving bulldog and the little Stewie looking kid that loves old video games. Yeah. And so basically like if you've never played it, you go from one character's level, I guess, to another. And they all have these weird settings, which all boil down to giving you 4 strikes. And you just have to beat a variety of these mini games, and you can lose 3. If you lose a 4th one, then it's game over and you have to start again. But they all have like these weird settings. And the one that made me laugh the most, because I'm an immature dipshit, was the science guy who runs to the bathroom to try to not shit his pants.
Yeah.
And then like literally the entire minigame collection is just a toilet flushing.
Yep.
And I was like, it reminded me of Parappa the Rapper. And I was like, I'll never not be a sucker for a game that involves somebody trying not to shit their pants. But all of them are weird. Like they just, and then once you beat their little collection and beat their boss, they all get together at like this headquarters and just hang out. And they're all, I don't know. It's like the whole game it just feels like a fucking acid trip.
It really does.
But it works. I don't know why. It fucking works. Because the thing is, like, you couldn't just have 200 mini games. Like, you have to have something going on to like split up. I mean, I guess you could just have 200 mini games, but you got to have something else going on to like split them up, I guess.
Yeah, you need a framework. Like Mario Party has the board game idea. This has the sort of, it's you pick the character, you do the however many, of the random selection that they have there, and then like you said, then you do a boss.
Yeah. You just need something in between to kind of like stick the games together, like you said, like the board game. And dude, one thing I was thinking about while I was playing this was like, because they've made 8 or 9 of these now, I can't even fathom how, I don't know if tough is it tough? Like, is it difficult to come up with 200 of these fucking games?
It must be.
It has to be, right?
Yeah, like when I was reading up on it there, from what it said is basically as they were making it, everybody on the development team was told, if you have an idea for a minigame, write it on this Post-it. Because I mean, none of the games are particularly deep.
No, not which is the secret sauce, really.
Oh, absolutely.
But I saw that as well, the Post-it notes thing, and I was like, fuck, I can't, like, they must have been coming into a desk just covered in Post-it notes. And because every one of the mini games in this game, well, most of them, you need to beat them within about 3 seconds of them starting. And they just involve the D-pad or the A button, and that is it.
Yeah, and you don't have like a tutorial or anything like Mario Party. You usually have one word.
Yeah,
and so you have to try and figure it out from there. So there is a lot of trial and error for some of the games.
And I think, you know what, dude, that was my favorite thing about this game was it would say like one word, and like one of the games that pops out to mind to me, like, so some of them are very obvious and some of them weren't. And like one that was pretty obvious was like pick. And then all it was a white screen with a horribly drawn black nose with 2 big nostrils and a finger just bouncing back and forth on the bottom of the screen. And you've got 3 seconds to hit A at the right time and jam this finger up your nose, which I can only imagine somebody thought to put on a Post-it note while they were picking their nose, which we all do. Don't throw shade. Everybody picks their nose.
Yeah.
So, but like, like, that's just one example of them. And so like, that was where I was so addicted to this fucking game, because every single mini game, it was like, I need to see what they're going to throw at me next. Like, what are they, and you get some repeats by the end, and you got, there are some duds, but like, dude, I don't know about you. I would say there was only like, I don't know, 10% of them were like not very good.
Yeah.
Like most of them were at least at minimum passable. And some of them were like brilliant.
Yeah. Like there's some that, you know, I enjoyed, but it took me a few times doing them to figure out what to do.
Oh, dude, me too. And like, and I'm not ashamed to say, because I played it on Switch Online, I wasn't using the rewind feature if I like knew what to do and I blew it and I just wanted to try again, because I game over it a whole bunch of times. Because as the game goes on too, like the mini games get they get faster, and not in the sense of like you have less than 3 seconds, but like your reaction time like needs to get better and stuff. And
or they get more complicated, you know, instead of having to, you know, put 4 things, now you've got to put 6 or 7.
Yeah. And some of them would get like, I would watch it, and that is the charm of the game, is sometimes you'll get your 1 word or your 2 words of whatever of a hint, and then you like, dude, I had a couple where I spent the entire 3 seconds just staring at the screen, and then I would lose, and I'm like, I have no idea what it wanted me to do.
Yeah.
But that would keep you coming back, because if you're playing it on the GBA and you don't have rewind, they're all randomized. You don't even know when you're going to get that game again to try it again.
Yeah.
Which I can't even criticize that, because it keeps you coming back to play it again.
Yeah. It's not a game that you can, you know, play while you're trying to eat supper or something, though.
Dude, no. This is one where you need to, it sounds so stupid to say because it's such a dumb little game, but you need to be dialed the fuck in
you really
for this game. Like, I can't imagine playing this game like after a few beers or something. Like, I need to be fucking, I was playing it on my couch downstairs at one point, and like Millie's trying to play with me, and I was like, not now, buddy. I got to focus. I got noses to pick. I got apples to eat. I need to dial the fuck in. Oh, on that note, that's what I wanted to call out. I think the worst mini games in the game are eat, and it's like an apple or a banana, and you literally just have to tap A like 5 times.
Yeah.
And every time those came up, I was like, oh, that's boring. But a lot of them were very, very cool. And I'm going to put you on the spot because I have a couple that stood out to me. You know what? Okay, how about this? Because I don't know how long this episode is going to go. We got to talk about the boss fights. We got to talk about the graphics, obviously. Of course, we got to talk about some of our favorite games. So let's let the break happen now, and then when we get, because I'm contractually obligated to get it in before X amount is left in the show. And then when we get back, we'll break down our favorite mini games and stuff. So sorry the break is coming so early, everybody, but now it's out of the way, and then we can get on with the rest of the game. Remember, the game will return after these messages. We'll be right back.
He's the epitome of evil, and he's on the prowl in the 3rd dimension. It's Wario. The diabolical one has gone 3D, where evil runs deep and danger comes out of nowhere in the most incredible adventure ever seen on Virtual Boy. It's Wario Land, a 3D game for a 3D world.
Wait till they get a load of me!
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. For some, summer is their favorite season. Travel picks up, the kids are out of school, adventure is the focus. But for others, juggling it all can be tough, and it can lead to feeling overwhelmed and actually counting down the minutes until the kids are back in school. And many worry they're wasting the days of sunshine. I always feel guilty when I'm not outside this time of year, so I try to get out for a walk every day. I eat my lunch on the deck, anything to just get a little bit of sun. It's so good for you, and so is therapy. It can teach you how to set boundaries, sort out your priorities, and help make sure you enjoy your summer instead of spending the whole thing worrying about all the stuff you need to do during it. BetterHelp has helped over 6 million people talk to therapists around the world. You just fill out a quick questionnaire to let them know what's keeping you up at night, and they match you with one of their over 30,000 therapists, all fully licensed in the U.S. You can meet with your therapist online, and if your pairing isn't a fit, you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. You don't have to say yes to everything this summer. Find support in therapy. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/rememberthegame. That's betterhelp.com/rememberthegame. Okay, I'm putting you on the spot. Is there anything that stands out to you as like one of your favorite mini games? I have a couple, so if you need time to think, I can buy you some time.
Pretty much all of 9-Volt. He's the one that did all the ones based on classic Nintendo games.
Yes, right.
Like
and
that was my favorite one.
That's totally the two old boomers in us fucking playing this game.
100%.
There's one level where there's like, that's the little Stewie looking kid.
Yeah.
And a hard hat. And like, even when you go to his fucking room and it's just full of like Nintendo stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, buddy. And basically every one of his levels is like based on like dude, his games are all based on old video games, or a lot of them are. And then like his overworld is you're like playing Dragon Warrior.
Yeah. On the game with the Game Boy.
Yeah. I fucking loved that area.
Yeah.
Even though they were like, if I guess maybe I could throw a little bit of a criticism at like how easy they were. Like it'd be like the Legend of Zelda 1, go into that cave.
Yeah.
Enter. Enter. And you literally would just have to walk Link up to the cave.
Although if you do that, if you get far enough on that one, you've got like there's enemies and things spitting at you. Like it's impressive how hard it can get if you get far enough.
Yeah, I found that as well. Yeah, they do start to ratchet it up, or like they drop like a Dr. Mario level on you, and you just have to drop like a double-sided pill onto 2 viruses. But it would start out very basic, like 2 viruses stacked on each other, and then you have a double-sided pill to put on top. But then it would get a little bit like you never have to drop more than 1 pill because you only have 3 seconds. But it might be like you have to turn it sideways and stick it in between 2 and stuff like that. And if you're not, like if you've played a lot of Dr. Mario, you're going to cakewalk through it. But if you haven't, it adds a little bit of punch to it. So I agree. His level was, I frankly could have played an entire game of just Nintendo remixes like that.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if that's what they started with.
Yeah.
It's like, we have our basic framework. Okay, let's start doing this ones while we think of other ideas.
That's, you know what? That's probably a good point. And I sit here and say that I would play it because like before anyone writes in, like I know of the NES remix games. Have you played those? The NES remixes?
No, I kept meaning to, but
they're awesome. They're so much fun. But the thing with it is like there's the one where you're in like Super Mario Land and Wario has to eat the mushroom and grow big.
Yeah.
And there's like you have to jump on the Goombas and like that kind of stuff is really cool, but I don't know if I could have played a whole game of those. Like there's
it's a perfect atmosphere. Like it hits the nostalgia. Some of them have the nice twitch. One of them is like the Virtual Boy, and you've got to throw the shell and hit the the ghost or the spiny or something, or the Metroid one. The Metroid one killed me a lot more than I would have thought because I'd always accidentally roll into the ball.
Oh,
which just eats up your time because you can't get up fast enough and start shooting again.
Yeah, where you're just standing there blasting away. Yeah. I always gotta, and what I liked about 9-Volt was that he was like right in the middle of the game, and so you're like chipping away and playing these random games, like picking your nose and dropping eye drops and all that kind of shit, and then all of a sudden it just throws you into this one where it's just nostalgia overload, and I was like, oh, give me more of this, and I was a little bit. It's not a complaint either. I keep saying I keep going to complain, and then I'm like, I don't really have any major complaints about this game. But like you mentioned, you have to go through Jimmy's world 3 times, but the rest of them only get 1. And I would have dropped the Jimmy world for another run at 9-Volt.
Oh, absolutely.
That being said, Jimmy's were all like little cell phone games, and these are like 2004.
Yeah, the little flip out cell phone.
Yeah, and those were actually that was my second favorite world in the game.
Yeah, I did like Jimmy. A lot of his game. He was creepy, but I did like, and Disco Stu is forever maybe, but Disco Jimmy not so much.
No, Disco Jimmy's a bitch, but I do like his world, especially, again, I know we're just talking like old boomers here, but like anyone that grew up with one of those old flip phones, he would hold up that phone, and then even like every time you would beat like the batteries were your health, your lives. And every time you would beat a level, you get that little
the little emoticon face.
Yeah, that little Kirby looking emoticon face that would like celebrate or be sad if you lost. And every little mini game you played in his worlds felt like a game you could have played on an old flip phone.
Yeah.
And like, who didn't, dude? Oh man. You know what? Maybe I don't even think this is a hot take, because anyone that grew up in this era knows what I'm talking about. Part of me would love to just go back to the flip phone era.
Yep.
You know, like I've come so close, but how do you give up the convenience of these fucking little tablets in your pocket that can do everything?
Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
I miss the days of just like sneaking off to the bathroom at work and playing blackjack on my flip phone, because that was like the only game I had, and it sucked, but that was what you played because that was what you had.
I had Snake.
Yeah. So good times. You'd spending 99 cents a ringtone to buy all these fucking ringtones and then I'd always have my phone on silent anyway, so it didn't fucking matter. But those were the days. So I liked Jimmy's quite a bit. Some of my favorite mini games were I liked the ones that were reaction, like most of them are reaction based, but I really liked the tennis one where you just stood there and played tennis.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And as it got harder, you had to rally more times and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I really liked anything where you had to like, is it not? I was going to say I liked anything you had to dodge, but here's a criticism. How many times did you have to do those ones where you're Wario just standing in front of the black screen and then some kind of vehicle is coming at you? And it starts out easy. You just jump over it as it comes near. But then later on in the game, it would sometimes it would jump halfway to you. And so you had to wait to the last second to see. And the number of times that one fucked me was ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.
Or there's ones where instead of it being dodge, it's dodge with a question mark and you have to not move.
Yeah. You just have to stand there. Or it would fucking stop for a second and then come at you, and you jump early and then land, and then it would drive into you. Yeah. Fuck me. Those ones made me so fucking angry. God damn it.
Yeah, but you never knew them. It might be, they were almost always a food or something, but it might be a hot dog. It might be a tiny potato or a giant tomato or something.
Yeah. Just always these random things. Another one I really liked was when it was Mario and Bowser fighting, and it looked like they were in a actual fighting game.
Yeah. Like the super detail, like that super realistic Dragon Ball graphic or something.
And then the dodging was super easy, but they just looked so cool seeing them with these great
beam attacks, and you'd have to hit down forward or something, and he'd shoot the little cheesy ball from his head.
I like those ones.
The repel one was my favorite because you have to grab Bowser, push him away, and then you do the back slam wrestling move thing.
Oh yeah. Anytime Bowser popped up, it got me excited just because that's my boy, right? I was always excited to see Bowser. Another one that I really liked, as stupid as it sounds, I really liked the ones where they would flip over 4 pixelated images and you had 3 seconds to figure out which one was different, because those ones actually got really hard.
They did, and I was often not very good at that, because a lot of times it would be the graphic would be 3 of them would be slightly rotating clockwise and 1 would be counterclockwise. But also sometimes they'd all flip over, but then one of the other cards might flip back over.
Yeah.
And it might be the one that you had to pick. It might not have been. So if you didn't catch it in that. Yeah.
Yeah. They found a way to make those really challenging.
Yeah.
Which I thought those ones were fucking awesome by the end. And that was the thing I liked about this game was you almost work the grid of levels you work through is it looks like a hopscotch board almost. And it starts off super easy. And then by the end, when you get to Wario, dude, I game overed on Wario's level a dozen times.
Yeah, no, same here.
Because the reaction times just got so fast. And honestly, you play it 4 or 5 times and then you know what's coming. And then a lot of the, I don't know about you, but I bet you half of my losses or deaths or whatever you want to call them just came from I needed one run just to figure out how to play that game.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a lot of the times like the run that I would actually beat a world on or beat a guy on. I would have no deaths or I'd have one death or something.
Yeah, because you'd played it enough to know all the mini games.
Yeah.
Dude, a couple that do we know which one fucked me up so many times? The one where the cat is out in the rain and
really?
You have to, yeah, because I kept, so there's this cat in like an alley and it's pouring rain and there's an umbrella over the cat. And I don't know why. You'd think after one time losing it, I would know. But every time that game came up, I thought I was controlling the cat.
Oh,
and I had to keep
the
cat under the umbrella. And fucking every time you have to move the umbrella over the cat. And I'm just a dipshit. I don't know why. I just kept thinking like, and then I would yell at the game because I would try to move the cat back under the umbrella and die over and over again. Fuck me. Oh, man. And the fact that you just went, really, makes me fucking realize, like, no, you dunce. Everybody else realized after one.
I'm sure I had a couple that were hard to figure out.
Oh, that one. And another one with cats where it shows you the picture of one cat and then you have like all these cats. You gotta
find it in the, yeah.
Yeah. And that one, there were 2 or 3 times where I found the right cat, but forgot to push A to like circle it.
I did that too.
Oh,
that one could be hard because like you start in the top left, but if you went down like to look down and the cat would turn out to be over on the right, like you were fucked.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah, that one had a little bit. Oh, you know which one actually sucked? Thinking about finding stuff, I didn't like that one where I don't know if you're looking for like I don't know if it's like an amiibo or like an amoeba or like a tadpole. But they're on they're like microscopic on this like green screen, and you got to find them.
Yeah, you got to move the magnifying glass around.
I never liked that.
Yeah, you got
one.
the yellow dot to tell you if you're in the right area, and then you've got to fine tune it. But that thing moves fast.
Yeah, so I lost that one a lot.
If you overshoot that one, it's easy to fuck up.
Yeah, that one fucking irritated me. I didn't. Oh, and the dude, the mobile game one. You know which one killed me the most on Jimmy's stages is that fucking balance game where you're on the bike.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
because I would always like see it and that half second from my brain to figure out what's going on. It's always moved. Yeah, if that wasn't one that popped up in like that first before it speeds up after 5. Yeah, I was done.
Yeah, because like if you've not played it, it's just like it's a little like old phone looking game, and you're on like a bike or a unicycle or something, and this dude's holding like a stack of bricks, and all you have to do is for 3 seconds keep the stack of bricks from falling. But when they start to tilt left, my first instinct is to move him right to like pull the stack back instead of thinking I'm moving the biker back.
Yep.
And the second you push the wrong direction, it's going over and you lose.
Yeah.
And I forgot about that, but you're right. Yeah. Like, so like in a lot of the levels, it seemed like you had to beat like 14 mini games to get to the boss. And every 5 or so it would speed up and it'd be the same mini games, but at a higher speed. And yeah, there were some where if I got them early on, I was cakewalk, but in the later worlds, I was like, man, I'm fucked if I get that one now.
Yeah.
So, I really liked that. And I gotta say, I really liked some of the boss fights.
The boss fights were good. The nice thing about the boss fights, they're not 3 seconds. Like they're usually a little bit more drawn out and
yeah. And still not particularly difficult. I will say the last one, the Wario one, the part where it tells you to run, I died there like 3 times because I couldn't
figure out what to do.
Right? You're like,
yeah.
In what I'll ask you this, kind listeners have remembered the game. When you're playing a video game and you are told to run and it looks like a platformer and you have like 1 second to start running, what button are you going to push? A or the D-pad in the direction you need to run? Because the answer is, I mean, I hear that you'd push both, like A and the D-pad, but even that doesn't work. You have to keep tapping A.
Yeah. And even that, you start to think you're doing something wrong, because at one point, even if you're doing that, he stops to look back.
Yeah, fuck me. I died there, and like, I died there so many times. And that was like the third portion of his game, because you have to do like the dodging on the skateboard.
Yeah, and, I like the punch-out boss. The punch-out boss was my favorite.
I like the punch-out bosses as well. If I could throw a criticism out at the punch-out bosses, is I actually would have liked to have seen them just a little bit tougher, but that's just the lover of Punch-Out that I am. I liked that boss fight. I also liked the one boss fight where you control the like laser beam in the eye, and you have to protect Earth from all the comets or whatever that are falling toward it.
Yeah, out of a weird urn for some reason.
Yeah, out of a weird urn that eventually you have to destroy as well. I did die on that one a couple of times too, because that's one of those ones where like if you let because the asteroids would like go or whatever it is they're throwing at Earth, the projectiles would go like halfway down the screen and then stop for a second, and that'd be your chance to destroy them. But if you let one get by, you were fucked more often than not.
Yeah. Same thing if you're moving the laser to get it and you overshoot it. By the time you correct, it'll start moving again.
Yeah. But that's what made this game so much fun was that like, so say you had to beat like 14 levels and then beat a boss and you have 4 lives, right? So every time you fail a game, you lose one of your lives and then the game keeps going. Like, it's not like you have to do it again. It just moves on to the next game. And it's like, you have, 4 strikes and you're out. But even if you would get to the end and get to the boss fight and die, like I was on the clock to try to get this one done quickly for the show, but I very rarely felt the need to rewind and try again. Because even if you game overed, it would just be like, try again. Yes. And within 5 minutes, you were back at the boss fight. And the path to the boss fight wasn't the same, 12 to 15 mini games in the same order. It was like you were saying just this morning, you were unlocking the rest of the mini games. You could go through and play it again and find mini games that you didn't get the first time.
Yeah. And that's like, and you can run to see how many you can do. Because like the first time you do it, you do the 5-5-5 and it speeds up every time, and then the boss, and then it goes, and then you unlock the next the next world. But if you go back and do it again, then you're going for a high score, and so
Yeah.
But
plus
that's
at the
like end, that's pretty much you playing those is how you because you're only going to unlock even at best 15 games, but they might have 20 or 25 games for that character, so. You're playing it a bunch more to try and unlock them, and that's when you do it. That's when I would use the rewind, like just to keep a run going, so that I could get all the games.
Yeah. And like, so if you're a kid, like you can beat this game you could probably beat this game in under 5 hours. I did. Like, you can beat it in under 5 hours. But then the replay value is, like you said, going for those because it shows you what your high scores were too.
Yeah.
And so like you could go back to like Jimmy version 2. And maybe your initial high score is 15 because you needed 15 mini games to beat that world. But if you go on one of those runs, like you could get it up higher and higher to try to unlock all the levels. Plus, when you beat the game, then you start unlocking those like endless marathons.
Yeah.
And that was like, I was like, dude, if I had this as a kid, this would have been my car game because it never would have stopped. Like, you just could have kept going. It's shockingly addictive for these like little games that are like, a lot of them feel like they're not even demos. They just feel like somebody learning how to code, and here's like the little game I made, but pretty like much. When you played tons of them, it's awesome. Yeah. Plus, as you play through the game, you unlock those like 3 or 4 mini games where you can just play them endlessly and try to get high scores.
Yeah, the paper airplane one I played a few times.
The jump rope one was my jam. I suck at that fucking paper airplane one.
I didn't say I was good at it. I said I played it a lot.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, like this one, it's like a paper airplane that gets thrown through this window, and then you just have to steer it left and right down past these like walls or floors or whatever you want to call them. And it's really not that hard, but I never really got a good feel. Even when I would have to play it as like one of my mini games, I would only beat it about 2 out of 3. Like, I always seem to struggle with that airplane one for some reason. The jump rope was my jam though. I went on some fucking runs on that jump rope, boy. Let me tell you, which is ironic because in real life, I don't think I've ever jumped the rope 3 consecutive times because I'm an uncoordinated slog, but fucking in WarioWare, forget about it. So like, when you look at it like that, and the fact that you can play through these worlds over and over and over and get different mini games in different orders at increasing difficulty, and then these endless mini games. Plus, like, once you unlock a mini game, you can go into the grid and just play it.
Yeah,
anytime you want. It's obviously I never played the multiplayer ones, but I assume they're kind of whatever. Who played multiplayer?
There.
Yeah, who plays multiplayer? You fucking weirdos. Just a really addictive, fun little game. Like, I'm
not gonna lie. This will be a game that I'll probably go back to.
Me too. Yeah, me too. But you know what? It's it's one of those ones that I could see myself playing over and over in perpetuity, but it's not one I could see myself shelling out the like $40 or $50 for a physical copy of, because I think I would genuinely just rather play it on my Switch than like dig out the cartridge, dig out my GBA, plug it in. You know what I mean? I'm like, if it's the only thing I have with me, sure. But it's one of those ones. One thing I wish you could do with the Switch and the Switch 2 is take individual games from your Nintendo Switch Online and just pin them as like a separate game.
That would be so much fun. Yeah.
Like, and I know it's first world problems to be like, I have to click the Game Boy Advance thing. Then I have to click the game in the Game Boy Advance. Like, I know it's not much, but it's one of those games I'm going to forget is there. Whereas if I could just like lift it out of the Game Boy Advance library and just make it a separate icon on my home screen, then it's one I would just jump into for 20 minutes when I'm bored, like in line or something like that. Or on the bus. So I don't take the bus that often anymore, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what else oh, dude, did you also not find the one weird? I found the taxi driving bulldog one weird.
Yes.
Just like you're in this fucking cab in the rain and the little things hanging off of the sun reflector are your lives. And I was just like, this whole area just seems like a bad dream.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I even think the genre for that one was weird or unnatural or something, or spooky or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I found that one weird, and I found the one where you're the girl on the like scooter or whatever, and there's this monkey on your back throwing banana peels at police cars.
At the police cars, yeah, because she doesn't want to be late for work.
Yeah, and so like that's the objective of this one is you're playing through mini games, and every time you complete a mini game, the monkey kills another cop by throwing a banana peel on the road. I
don't see the problem.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, yeah. Who among us hasn't thrown a banana peel at a cop car from time to time?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just like when I was playing it, I was worried there wouldn't be enough meat on the bone for an episode, and obviously this hasn't been the longest one we've ever done. But that literally almost feels like the point of WarioWare is hop in. You can play it for 2 hours and have a blast. You could literally play this game for 5 minutes and experience 20 games in 5 minutes because they're 3 seconds each. It's insane. Frankly, I think it's brilliant. Like, and I'm on the Wikipedia page right now, like just looking up the reviews from it from back in the day. There was only one site that gave it like under a 9 out of 10.
Well, they can't be trusted.
Yeah. Game Informer. This is why you went out of business. Are they still around?
I have no idea, but probably not.
Game Informer restarted the publication in June 2025. Oh, fuck off, Game Informer. But like everybody else is giving it 9 out of 10 or more. It's got an 89 on Metacritic. People are saying it's like considered one of the greatest games ever made.
Yeah.
And I would have never, ever, ever guessed that a collection of Wario mini games will be considered one of the greatest games ever made. But now that I've played it, I'm like, no, I could see it. I could see it. I'm thinking to myself now, have you played any of Nintendo's mobile games like Mario Kart or Mario Run or Dr. Mario or any of those?
I tried Mario Run. I didn't care much for it. The Mario Kart one, I didn't care for.
I hate Mario Kart on the phone. I hate it.
The Dr. Mario one, I played a little bit, but I don't know. I lost interest in it.
Yeah, the only one I played...
I love the concept of mobile gaming, but I have a hard time actually finding one that actually sticks.
Me too. Me as well. Yeah. The only Nintendo mobile game I really got into was Mario Run. I actually really enjoyed that game. But the rest I didn't really touch. Why is this? This would make a great... I mean, I guess the answer for why it's not a mobile game is because instead they can sell it for $50 plus on the Switch. But like, would this not make a great mobile game?
Yeah, no, I think it would.
Like, I think these would be so at home on mobile. Like, because there's games are so, like, you could do these with a touchscreen so simple. Like the one where you have to brush your teeth. And all you need to do is use left and right and move the toothbrush in front of your teeth. And it sounds, if you've never played it and you're listening to this, you're like, you guys are really giving a glowing game to a game where you brush your teeth? Yes, it's really fun. Like, play it. It's awesome.
Well, with those stellar graphics.
Yeah, like I love this fucking. I promise y'all, like I'm playing more of these. I'm impressed. Every time one of these gets announced, I always like at a Nintendo Direct or whatever. I'm always just like, fuck, give us something better. But now I'm like, no, I kind of want to play more of these now.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued.
I am curious about how much like the console ones or whatever. I think it was the Wii one that like the Wario Move or something.
Yeah.
Which I suspect, it was leaning into the motion controls and things.
Yeah.
That I'm a little less excited about, but anything where I can just play it on a console, like on the Switch or something, like this, like sitting on a couch curled up and is just perfect.
I agree. I'm looking here now, and there's 2 of them on the Switch. Get It Together and Move It. I'm presuming Move It is pretty motion control-y, considering the front cover is Wario in a ripped up shirt with his gut hanging out, holding the Joy-Cons over his head and dancing.
Oh, fuck, the 1 minute game where the goal is to cover up his belly with the shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Wario so much. But like, I agree with you. I'm not as intrigued at the idea of playing with motion controls, but anything where I could just hold it in my hands and play it, like I'm telling you, like if you're listening to this and you've got Nintendo Switch Online, I think GBA is only with the expansion pack. I think.
Is it? I can't remember.
I think I pay for the expansion pack every year. I know he's a Nintendo fanboy. I know, but like, so I don't know which ones come with which. But like, if you have access to the GBA games, I'm telling you, the next time you're looking for something stupid and easy to play, like it literally doesn't get stupider or easier than this game.
Yeah,
like
if you got 30 minutes to kill, it's gold.
It's money. I can't imagine. You know what, dude? At the end of the day, how many times have I said on this show, like graphics are great, story is great, all that stuff is great. Just make your game fun, and then anything else is icing on the gravy. And this is one of those games where I'm like, it's got the fun. Nothing else matters. I can't imagine somebody picking this game up and not having a good time with it. I don't see how. I don't see it. Shocked.
I do love the ridiculous, variety of graphics. You'll go from like a photorealistic dog where you've got to shake their paw to badly sketched, like you said, the badly drawn nose where you've got to pick it.
Yeah. Oh, dude. You know what else? You know what's the grossest mini game in this one for me? Was the one where there's like the beautiful girl with the giant glob of like snot hanging out of her nose. And you literally just have to keep tapping A till she sucks it back up. Fucking disgusting. It's so gross. But yeah, you're right. Like the graphic, the only genuine complaint I think I have about the game is the cutscenes are well animated, but like they're not skippable. And
yes, sir.
Were they? I couldn't figure how.
Maybe it's only when you're replaying the levels, but yeah, you just hit A and it skips.
Oh, I could swear the first time because I didn't replay a lot of them. Maybe I don't think maybe I'm wrong. If they are skippable, then I don't have a complaint about this game. But if they're not, that was because I was like some of them. I was just like, okay, like I get it. Like the girl's trying to get to work, or I get it. Jimmy's dancing, or I get it. The scientist is gonna shit his pants. I was like, let's go. Like, I just want to play the mini games. Like, the story to this game is irrelevant to me. I just want to play the mini games.
Yeah.
But
so I do agree with you. They are fairly long. If you can't skip them the first time, because I didn't think about that because I was putting a lot of my thoughts while I was replaying some of these.
Yeah.
But
I actually was about to say, hang on, I'll grab my Switch to try right now, but my Switch is downstairs. And I'm going to be honest with everybody, like, you don't get that much quality out of Remember the Game. I'm not going down the stairs, getting my Switch, turning it on, firing it up, blah, 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 blah. No.
Mine's not even that far, and I'm still not going to go get it.
Yeah, it's not happening. Man, how many times have I said over 370 some episodes that like one of my favorite things about RTG is when I discover a new game that I never played before that I'm like, this is fucking awesome. And that's what this one was. Like I
mean, that's been every GBA game for you though.
It really has, man. I didn't play a lot of GBA growing up for you newer listeners. That was in my bar hopping phase. And now every time I go back, I don't think I've played a GBA game yet that I wasn't at least like, that was really good. At least, if not better. Like the GBA, what a powerhouse of a little system, man.
Yeah.
I love that fucking thing. I love that fucking thing. We need more GBA games on Switch Online, please.
Yes, please.
Nintendo. Dude, I don't mean to sidebar, because by the time this episode goes live, this episode's 2 weeks away, so it'll have been out for like 2.5 weeks now. They finally added Donkey Kong 64 to Switch Online. And I don't even like Donkey Kong 64, but I've been like, I'm with everybody else. I'm like, where the fuck has this been? Like, how did that take so long?
How did it take that long?
I don't understand. Nintendo's they're the weirdest fucking company, man. Like, I mean, Xbox just seems like they have a ton of money and they're trying to make video games and they don't quite know what they're doing. And I love Xbox, and that's not me being a fanboy. They just don't really seem like they know what they're doing. And PlayStation seems like they're like, we have lots of money. We know what we're doing. Fuck you, pay us. And people are like, yes, sir, PlayStation, because they're the top for a reason. And then Nintendo is just like, hey, we fucking hate every single one of you. But we've got all these IPs you love, so shut the fuck up and give us money. And all of us are like, we fucking hate you, but you have the IPs we love, so here. Like, the weirdest company. That Nintendo would be so dead if they didn't have the IPs that they have.
Yeah, but they do. So
they do. That's the thing. Like, can you imagine starting a video? I know we're sidebarring here, everybody. We're going to end this episode in like 2 seconds, but like, imagine a world where like Nintendo starts today. Okay. Like, Nintendo has not existed prior to today. And they came out with Mario, and they came out with Donkey Kong, and they came out with Pokemon and Zelda. I'm still confident those games would be successful if they launched for the first time today, because they're very good games.
Absolutely.
But imagine if Nintendo, without those nostalgic ties and the fan goodwill, pulled some of the shit that they do. Like, fans would be like, go fuck yourselves. You're shutting down high school Smash Brother tournaments. Like, get the fuck away from us, you fucking... Anyways, I digress. Can we score this and move on? I think we're good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how I ended up on that bar. I haven't had enough coffee yet today. So, how many mini games are in here? Is it 210? Over 210. Right. Okay, right, so let's go 210 because it says over 210. So, wait, you're the guest. I'm supposed to add. Do you have a scale? I'm sorry, I haven't done one of these.
I mean, I was gonna do the how many games are there, but I also forgot to think how many. So I'm glad you looked it up.
All right, then let's do that. So we'll go out at 210. So you're the guest. I don't think we've actually said the full name of the game here yet. Daniel, out of stupid monkey. I don't mean to ruin your secret identity. Out of 210 games, how many games would you give WarioWare Inc. Mega Microgames?
Anyone who can say that name right 3 times in a row.
No kidding. What a horrible name.
Out of 210 microgames, I'm going to give it 205. Like, it really doesn't do much wrong. There's games that I don't like, but then those games are probably loved by somebody else.
Yeah.
It's good. It is somehow both super attention, ADHD, and hyper focus at the same time. You have to have both somehow, and it rides that line perfectly tight.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, I'll give it 200. I'd give it like a 9.5 out of 10. It's just, I'm fathomed that these words are coming out of my mouth, but this probably is one of the greatest games of all time. It's a really, really, really good fucking game. Yeah, brilliant. 200 out of 210. Fucking great. Play it. For the love of God, play it.
Please.
I will say, I don't think it's a cheap game to buy a physical copy of now. And I don't know if I would I personally don't think I could drop. I'm looking it up right now. What's going for on price charting. Yeah, like loose, it's going for 50 Canadian. So that's what, 40 US, give or take. I don't know if I could justify dropping $40 on it, but you got to Switch Online or you got a computer that's telling you what to do. It's worth playing with. It's a good fucking time, man.
This might actually be a hard one to emulate though, because a lot of times with emulations you get that lag in controls.
That's true. And
but you know, I mean,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, go. It's just adding a difficulty. That's
no
all.
Kidding. Yeah, you get 2 seconds per mini game instead of 3 to fucking beat some of them. I loved it. I love this fucking game. Fantastic. So, man, that was fun. It turned out to be a fun episode.
I can't believe we spent 50 minutes talking about it.
I know. Well, to be fair, we did spend a few minutes. Well, I spent a few minutes ranting about Nintendo, but you're right. We still got to cross the 40-minute mark, which is arguably longer than this game is. So that's pretty good. Stupid Monkey, when you're not playing stupid mini games for a stupid podcast, what else are you doing?
So I stream on Twitch, usually Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings. So skip out on work. Tell your boss I said it was okay. Come watch me. Currently, I'm dying and getting jump scared in Resident Evil 2, the remake. Adam will post the link. I will. Blanking on my own Twitch name. Probably, I know it's Stupid Monkey, but I can't remember if there's an underscore in there somewhere.
I do that a lot too. Despite plugging my shit all the time, I regularly forget what my shit is to plug. It's funny.
Yeah.
There'll be a link in the description of this episode. Find it over there. Tell them I sent you. Skip work. Do all those things. Also, Resident Evil 2 Remake, shout out. One of the greatest video games of all time.
It's been really lots of fun.
Yeah. I know we just said WarioWare Inc. is one of the greatest games of all time. I will say to you, hot take, Resident Evil 2 Remake, better game than WarioWare Inc. Hot take, maybe. I don't know. I don't even know what takes are hot anymore.
Very different style of game.
Yeah, night and day. A little bit different. Monkey, thanks as always for doing this. I appreciate it. And talk to you again soon.
Sounds good, buddy. Have a good one.
That is going to do it for this week's episode. Monkey, thank you so much for giving me a call and talking some WarioWare. And every single one of you nerds listening to this, whether it's your first to remember the game or your 377, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. The show is only less than a month away from turning 8 years old. Fucking crazy. And we never would have gotten there without you listening. So thank you so much. If you enjoyed the show, leave us a good review, would you? I'm not sure what they accomplished, but I know I'm supposed to ask for them. So please leave us a nice review. Don't forget to check out our Patreon if you want more of these shows. Like I said, $3 a month is all it's going to cost to get you in the door. And there's 300 expansion passes, I think, now. Crazy. Waiting for you over there, and about 280 game patches, including my recent, just published yesterday review of all 4 game showcases from this summer. You get those plus all their back catalogs for $3. If you go to $5, you'll also get over 150 episodes of Purple Monkey Dishwasher, Mark McHugh and I's Simpsons podcast, and well over 200 episodes of The Rambling Idiot, where I just talk comedy, sports, my life, whatever I feel like talking about. Plus, Discord access, vote on the streams, all that good stuff, or vote on the games, all that good stuff as well. Stupid Monkey's got a Twitch channel. You can find that link in the description of this episode. Don't forget to go looking for that. I think that's everything I'm going to plug. Oh, dude, thank you to everybody that donated to my family's ALS campaign this year. We raised over $9,000 for ALS, for our walk for ALS this weekend, which is fucking insane. Humbled beyond, well, not beyond words, because I do have the words, but I don't feel like they're strong enough. Thank you so much, everybody. Very, very kind of you. We're very grateful. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. Fuck ALS. Fuck ALS. That's it. I'm away next week. I know I've been missing a lot of episodes lately, guys. It's been a combination of real life stuff and just I haven't been able to keep up with all the games I need to play for the show. So I am away next week. There won't be a Remember the Game, but I will be back 2 weeks from now with Luigi's Mansion 2. And then I'm just firing up my phone here to get you the official list. Assuming nothing goes wrong, I don't really have a lot of other holidays coming up. So you got Luigi's Mansion 2 next week, and then hopefully in July we're going to do General Chaos for the Genesis, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for the Wii, ActRaiser for the Super Nintendo, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And then in August, I'm hoping to finally cover The Elder Scrolls Oblivion and Mega Man 5. And then I don't know what else it'll be in August yet, and then we'll see where we go from there. But that's the hope. We'll see how it goes. Thank you for listening, everybody. I appreciate you. Go play some video games. Enjoy it. Enjoy the summer. Talk to you later. I'm going to shout some Patreons out and get out of here. Take it easy, everybody. Cheers. Remember the Game is brought to you by our patrons. I couldn't puke up all the content I churn out of a week with all of your support. To the following people are the senior executive vice president level or higher at patreon.com/rememberthegame. And as such, they are contractually They're not contractually obligated to do anything. I guess they're contractually obligated to pay me every month. I'm contractually obligated to say all your names as quickly as I can. So we'll go newest to oldest this week. We haven't done that order in a while. A huge thank you to Remember the Game Hall of Famer Slick Motherfucking Rick, Will Rusher 84, I Am Mr. Carlos, Rez Kid 93, Jason Hoysh, the Maritime Musician, AJL 2019 FTW, Better Mousetrap Guitars, Cody Donaldson, Proud Slurm, Addict, Adam Is Not Patrick Waugh, Self High Five, Queer Al Yankerdick, Darky Frost 11, Amanda Hug and Kiss, Carl Not Garl, Master Queef, Chris Nethercutt, the $100 Kid, Ted Michaels, George Swan, Redline Arrow Drones, Jonathan Breyer, Sailorman 82, Dixon Miaz, Catonic Abyss, Handsome Major Angus McZongo Esquire, Dildawana Hookshot, Siegfried, Landed Turquoise, The Okayest of Muffins, Frank Preeve, Spooky Dookie, Just James, Cannon Fodder Games, Devin Collins, Mikey Hag, Chase, Botfucker, Fancy Store-Bought Dirt, Game Boy Gannon, Rob Lindsay, Jeff Leopard, Horror Wars Podcast, Akiris Network, Jinxie425, Legendberry, Thunder Leaps, Topher Love, Doogie Bowser MD, Captain Asbury Juice, Erotic Onion Ring, Flater Flav, Lord Salazar, Travis Sanders, MacGyver88, Hello Mr. Thompson, Savage Boosh, Super Cyan Safarioth, Daisy Who Heard About Pluto, Daniel Cook, Ocarina of Tim Rocks, Conebread, Derek Karen, VOS Rager, Wilco, McCracken, Diablo Spartan, Muncal, David Schroeder, Saxophone, Generic Name 238, Darbles, Eric Hopewell, Adam Blank still isn't reviewed Crash Team Racing, Muffin Man Jr., Spider Cat, Alex McIntyre, Scotty McGee, Toby OP, A Fridge Too Far, Lotus, Flinny123, yes, this rocks, Ida Yellow, Big Daddy Randall, Mr. Jabroni, Mr. Scorpion, Jared Bob Dobbs, Cody Thompson, Liquor Like Luigi, Fill Up My Mouth with Farts, Cesar, Moby36, Too Much Karma, Bula, Smith, Blaboda Blaze, Ryan Richmond, Robbie Air, Jake Callahan, Adam Blank still isn't reviewed Mario Galaxy, Shoeboxers, Agent Booty Pants, Christopher Lee Williams, Mark Sneed, Eddie D19, E-Man Trucker, You Son of a Bitch, Why? Tell Me Why, The Supreme Chozo Rizu, Fallen Snow Kiku, Penguin Milk, B Money, Chris Hill isn't scared, that could be anyone's ass, Faded Suffering, Sour Goat Face, Frosty Bear, Lucas Shaman, Roger Staubach's Pool Cleaner, Lord Long Rob von Hugendom II, Marcus Mendoza, Because 19, Beers of War, Lord Palmerston, Nordak, Pee Wee Squitters, Can't Destroy Her, Kevin Monroe, Ryan 4664, The Big Deal, Adam Martinet, Nick Creature, Postman, Darth Skywalter, Bartman Forever, Zombie Exy, Just Car Pranks, Scotty J, Please Refrain from Tasting the Knob, Ryan Perry, Mild Oatmeal, Hooli, Works for Me, AB Killin, Monstrous D Boner, Kia Pup, Brandon DeZeba, Maverick, T-Bear 87, Lugnut, Tadpole, Big the Cat, Zamatos, Christopher Britt, Quiet Place Queen, Beef Dingleberry, My Left Nut, Timothy Sabrinsky, Graham Kennedy, Musty Beetle, Maverick Marty, Christian Gabriel, Caveman Lance, Timmy the Exuberant Turtle, Hits Meals, Isaias the Fletchman, Donnie the Dude Walter, Sam Carpenter, Drugs Bed, okay, James Juan Francesco, Armin Tamzarian's copy of Swank, General Fury, Coda Blodgers, Oroku Saki's Gardener, Jimothy, High Plains Drifter, Hegel Waffle, Earl, Archangel Otaku, Storm Beagle, Scary Terry, Blame the Hoagie Man, Why the Surgeon Who Isn't a Surgeon Row, A Dude Named Adam, Decoy Man, Fuzzy99, Gabe, Matt Babinu, Stud Still Smash, Rush's Dog Walker, Leroy Westrich, Thomas Smith, Beaver Boy, Dabs All Day, Growlywog, Biddy, Jake Carter, Joe the Sandman, Phil Lencher, Tyler, Juris Dr. Mario, Mizuru, Bitch Ass Brian, Steve Dulk, Jamir Williams, DBXJ, Madam Nutsitch, It's That Nerd James, Discount Psyop, Elijah Burns, Tugger22, Triple Three, Captain Black, Silver, Zach Shepard, Holmes, Xbox, Just a Fish, Randy Barrage, Jeff Bergeron, Titan 420, Dean Donian, Squinch, Johnny from Virginia, Wolf Magic 21, Doogie, Andy Hudson, Wolfgang Darren, G9PSX, Mike Maloney, Ryan Pinchin, Zane Donovan, Morgan, A-Town, JSK Fusick, Aaron Lawson, Scott Brooks, No One Cares, Dave Thompson, Angry Ticks, Little Bunny Fufu 89, Ellis Millennial, Jordan, Andrew Wright, Chris Fleury, Dissect That, Dan, Jort King Keegs, J Nasty 15, Sharonic, and Makeshift Mallow Magic. Money. That's pretty good. That shout outs, man. I've podcasted for almost 4 hours today and still Pro Monkey Dishwasher tonight. I'm fucking in the zone today, baby. Hurrah. Appreciate the support, everybody. Enjoy next week. Talk to you 2 weeks from right now. Take it easy. Cheers. Bye. So long. See ya.